Are you and your buddy sat on the sofa with nothing to do? Well, have no fear, this week's Couch Co-op sale will take you on a journey to the stars, a thrilling prison break adventure, and much, much more. So grab a good buddy, a couple of gamepads, and get ready for some big savings on some beautiful local multiplayer games.
Not only is LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga the biggest LEGO Star Wars game yet, spanning all 9 movies and featuring hundreds of playable characters, but it's also the deepest thanks to some brilliantly reworked game mechanics. Rather than springing for the straightforward button-mashing fun of previous LEGO titles, the Skywalker Saga's lightsaber combat allows you to mix up all of your attacks to pull off stylish combos. It's an elegant combat system for a more civilized age, you might say. And the same goes for characters who favour a blaster, with an over-the-shoulder camera and a cover system to make the firefights more thrilling than ever. Then there's also the addition of an RPG element that lets you upgrade your character's talents by collecting Kyber bricks, giving you access to all sorts of upgrades and bonuses for your plastic personas. Basically, if you're a LEGO Star Wars fan, then the Skywalker Saga is gonna totally blow your mind, and you can pick it up this week for 20% off.
They say it takes two to make a thing go right, and that's certainly true in this exuberantly inventive cartoon platformer. It Takes Two is about a married couple who find themselves setting off on their very own Toy Story after being magically transformed into dolls. Their cozy home is now a towering fortress filled with vindictive vacuum cleaners, battle-hardened wasps, and all sorts of other everyday objects that are now deadly hazards. Each level presents Cody and May with a pair of new powers that complement each other perfectly, like a set of magic nails for Cody and a thunderous hammer smash for May. Learn to use them in tandem and you'll be able to conquer anything the game throws your way, and you might just learn a thing or two about relationships into the bargain. It Takes Two is now half price, and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members can also check it out on console or PC thanks to EA Play.
The reason that Hazelight Studios were able to totally nail the whole co-op-centric gameplay thing with It Takes Two might be that this isn't their first rodeo. They honed their split-screen skills with the hard-edge prison break drama A Way Out, which also happens to be 75% off this week. With its gritty setting and criminal cast, A Way Out might seem a million miles away from the cartoony vibes of It Takes Two, but it takes the same no two levels the same approach to gameplay to make sure that our felonious duo are always encountering a new type of challenge. Whether you're wailing on other inmates, stealing supplies, or pulling the old sick prisoner routine, there's never a dull moment in this criminal caper, and it's the perfect game to keep you and your buddy on your toes.
Now 75% off, Rayman Legends is an absolutely wild ride. This zany side-scroller has you dashing through gothic castles and spooky swamps. It has you squaring off with hulking luchadors and fire-breathing dragons. It has you taking part in medieval sporting events and staring down metallic monstrosities. All in all, it's a lot to ask of a guy who is literally armless, so we thoroughly recommend tagging in a buddy or 3. And with a lively cast of characters to choose between and some neat co-op mechanics that allow you to help and hinder your teammates, Rayman Legends is the perfect game for playing on the couch together. I mean, really any game that lets you slap each other in the face is good for a few laughs.
75% off and available on Xbox Game Pass, Overcooked 2 picks up where the original left off for another bout of chaotic culinary action. Once again, you and up to 3 other aspiring chefs pile into a kitchen and begin chopping, frying, blitzing, and baking just as fast as your little feet will carry you. It seems simple at first, but then the orders start flying in and you realise you don't have any plates to put the food on because no one's been doing the dishes, that burger you just sent out wasn't supposed to have cheese on it, and you're pretty sure something's burning. And that's before the whole kitchen starts sailing down a river or goes drifting off in a hot air balloon. It is the most stressful sort of fun imaginable, but there's always the versus mode if you need to chuck some produce at each other and blow off some steam afterwards.
With its slick gunplay, ludicrously oversized arsenal, and grungy cel-shaded art style, Borderlands 3 is a pretty excellent game to play all on your lonesome, especially with the Ultimate Edition now 60% off. But it's so much better with someone else playing along beside you. Borderlands 3 features some more refined RPG aspects, which allow you to significantly tweak your character's build with a variety of special abilities. That makes for some truly awesome possibilities once you start working together. Bludgeoning the enemy with Amara's ethereal fists, while Flak summons some nearby critters to back you up. If you're lucky enough to own a next-gen machine, you can even split the screen 3 or 4 ways to play locally with an even bigger crew. If nothing else, it's sure to make the post-battle squabbles over the loot that much more entertaining. And of course, for more Borderlands fun, you can check out Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. We posted some handy videos on that one already, and we'll be doing so again for other big titles in the future, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for all the latest hints and guides.
Boot up Child of Light and you'll immediately feel like you've just fallen into a particularly gorgeous children's book. When the world around you is stunning, you really don't want to miss a single bit of it, which is what makes the game's co-op mode such an excellent addition. While one player controls the main character Aurora, as usual, the other takes command of her Firefly pal Igniculus. With a little help from your friend, you'll be able to access unreachable areas and uncover hidden pathways, all of which make for an even richer experience. And if you're sneaky, Igniculus can even help you get the drop on your enemies to ensure that this fairy tale adventure doesn't end before we've made it to the happily ever after. Now 70% off, Child of Light is one of the most charming co-op games ever made.
The new Saints Row game looks set to bring the series back down to earth a little bit, and looks extremely exciting, but if you're looking for one last wild ride before then, Saints Row 4 Re-Elected is now just a quarter of its original price. For a series that already had you running around in your underwear, committing insurance fraud, and diving out of fighter jets, you might have wondered how much crazier could things really get? And the answer is so much more. Saints Row 4 sees you not only becoming President of the United States, but also developing superpowers which allow you to chuck things around with your mind, fire ice cream from your fingertips, and do a bunch of other stuff which just makes an already unhinged series even more gloriously over the top.
As we all anxiously await the release of Sonic's next big 3D adventure in the shape of Frontiers, now could be a great time to get yourself back up to speed with Sonic Colors Ultimate, which is now 30% off. This spacey take on the classic Sonic formula sees the iconic blue hedgehog and his pals traveling the stars in an attempt to stop the nefarious Dr. Eggman. As well as his signature abilities, which basically amount to running really fast and curling up into a ball, Sonic Colors introduces a host of new Wisp powers that allow him to transform into a laser, drill through the ground, and blast upwards into the sky. All of which, it turns out, are super useful things to be able to do. These new tricks allow you to open up all sorts of sneaky shortcuts through the levels, making it possible to race through them at even greater speed, which, from what I've been able to gather, Sonic's quite passionate about.
As well as a co-op sale that's stuffed fuller than a luxury couch cushion, this week also brings us the Far Cry franchise sale, featuring massive discounts on a whole bunch of entries. Each one features a beautifully realized locale for you to explore, a ruthless dictator for you to overthrow, and a whole bunch of fun ways for you to do so. So you really can't go wrong. Still, the main event has to be last year's Far Cry 6, which is now 60% off. I mean, this is the one that lets you tag in an alligator in a denim vest and pelt your enemies with pop CDs, after all. On top of that, Xbox Series X gamers can enjoy a crisp 4K Ultra HD resolution with HDR10 support, while they soak up Yara's beautiful sights in between bouts of wanton destruction.
Plump up those couch cushions, call a friend over, and pick up any one of these titles for a guaranteed good time this weekend. Hit the comments too to let us know about all your favourite co-op gaming experiences, and hit that subscribe button for all the latest Xbox deals. Bye!